Hello, Jurgen. If you read the title, the go-to is officially shot, and I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. I've unplugged everything. I've plugged it all back in. I've took the scopes off. I rebalanced. I leveled. I did everything I could possibly do, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't know what the hell's going on with the mount. No idea. It's a Celestron AVX mount. I thought it was this simulation curriculum. Thought it was the program. Tracking is fine. I have the Celestron AVX. So, I don't know. It was working fine for the longest time, and all of a sudden now the go-to, I'll do 1-star alignment, I'll do 2-star alignment, and it will go right to the star. It'll go exactly where I want it to go and do everything perfectly fine. If I go and then select an object, say M31, IC1805, NGC281, whatever it is, it's not even close. I've done factory reset 3 times tonight, re-put in the location, re-put in everything. It's not new. I've had it for about 2.5, 3 years, and never really had a problem up until about a month and a half ago. I don't think it's a power source either. I really don't think so. I don't understand what the hell its problem is. I've done everything I could possibly do, and it's... I don't know. I have not the slightest idea. I'm at an absolute loss of words. I don't know. I don't know, people. I did an update on Starry Night Pro Plus 7 about 2 months ago. It asked for an update. I did it. And ever since that time, something is screwed up. I don't know if it was a communication between the mount and the program. I don't know. But ever since I did that update, now that I remember, I don't understand what the problem is between... Because then I did it tonight where I went out there and did it without the Starry Night Pro Plus 7 and did it just with the mount to do the go-to. The alignment went fine. You know, it found... I did Navi, Segan, Mirik, and Mirfak, and it found all 4, give or take a little bit of an error, but it found most of them. Yeah, I did it on the controller tonight. Yeah. Tonight, because what I did was I unplugged everything. I unplugged all the stuff, replugged it back in, and then left the cord off of Starry Night just to actually do the go-to with just the mount itself. Yeah, it's pointing is the issue. And you have 600 subs. I'm really working hard on that. At least that's the one good thing about tonight. You just got to keep trying. You got to keep finding every outlet possible. That's the thing. It's like a full-time job trying to find people and trying to find every single person you possibly... When one person knows one, they know another, and it just keeps growing. I don't know about pointing. And then I thought, okay, last night maybe I thought, well, maybe I was aligning on the wrong star. We've done that before, where we thought it was, you know, all Natech, but in reality it was all Mach. I mean, it can happen. But... I did star matching and made darn sure that every star was everything, and nothing. I gotta call Celestron tomorrow, and I gotta ask them exactly what the heck, because they're gonna ask me, did you troubleshoot this? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I made sure I did every single thing possible. You know, I unplugged everything, plugged it back in, took it all out. So I don't know. Have you tried pointing to an object close to the alignment star? Well, that's what I'm doing now, and it's still... I had to slew it myself to get it, because I did that like I did Navi, and then went over to Pac-Man Nebula, and it wasn't even close. Wasn't even freaking close. It was off by like 7 degrees. But I know what you're saying, though, is I did Navi, and then I did Segan. And it didn't work. And I don't understand what the hell its problem is. I don't know. I'll call Celestron and I'll see exactly... And exactly 1 star should suffice, and it didn't. I don't understand. For some odd reason, somebody said that too, and I don't know, but I had it for 2 years and never had a problem. Never. My guess, and this is my thinking, is the hand controller's messed up. Something happened to the hand controller in the last 2 months. Something screwed up. When I did the update, now that I remember, on Starry Night Pro Plus 7, it went to, I think, version 7.4 or 7.5. When I did that update, my go-to just went haywire. So I don't know if that was the problem. And if there's a way you can actually reset the hand controller. No, I haven't done that. I haven't done coordinates. I'm not that good. I'm not even close to doing that. I know coordinates. I know I can get them off my phone. But I know for a fact I'm not that good. Because the Starry Night Pro Plus 7 is you can actually slew to an object and actually go from object to object just based off of going where you're supposed to be. It's actually not that far off. But in terms of getting small objects, it's a mile. That's the problem. Like if I could type in, let's see, NGC281. And then I'll just pull it up on here. So you can see, I'm gonna move it just a slight bit here. Make it smaller just a little bit here. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, so you can see where it says Starry Night up at the top, and you see NGC281 at the top. That's the object, right where that 7 is. Where my mount thinks it is down at the bottom where you see sub count. That's a big difference if you're looking. Now, the only way that I found this object is through my finder. And that's up at the top left. That's the only way that I found it because it was just faint enough that you could see it on the left-hand side. Just barely, though. So, I don't know. Have you tried point? Oh, you can find them on the controller? I didn't know that. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to keep trying. But as far as I know, tracking is still pretty darn good. So I'm not going to really worry about it. So I don't think it's a mechanical issue. I think it's just something with the settings. Something is wrong in the settings that I can't figure out. That I have no idea what to do. I'm just waiting for the guiding to calibrate here. Just about done. What do you mean by the controller position? By coordinates? I could go out there, but I don't want to touch the mount. I don't want to touch anything while it's calibrating the guiding. But do you think that you know, if I can get the coordinates off of that? But the problem is, though, and here's the problem, though. when you go to Starry Night, because I did eventually plug it back in because I got so sick and tired of it, I could not move the mount by running back and forth because the humidity is like 6,000 degrees, or 6,000%. I'm not running back and forth. I'm already hot, sweaty, and tired as it is, and I just don't. I've been at this since 8:45. I'm exhausted, so I can't go back and forth. But I think when I'm done, I can take a picture of the coordinates when I'm done and see what it says, and I can also look at the coordinates on Starry Night and see where I'm at. But because I got coordinates up here, I have right ascension. You know what? I could probably type it in actually. Here, let me type it in. I got 1. Oh wait, here. R-A. Okay, so that's right ascension. No, I can't. I'm not that good. Jurgen, I saw what you were doing on a couple of your streams, and a couple of things you were doing were incredible. You're using a program that I've never heard of. You are so far ahead of the game. Like, it's like light years ahead. And what I do know is actually the numbers aren't moving. Well, they're moving just barely. Ecos. I've never heard of that program before. I'm using Starry Night Pro Plus 7, EasyCap, and Backyard EOS, along with PhD guiding. That's really all I'm using. I'm not using anything else besides that. Alright, so we're guiding. Let me pick a different star. I like that one a lot. Yeah, and that's what I did about 2 or 3 times, Ron. I did, I tried resetting it. I unplugged everything. Just install. I've never heard of those programs in my entire life. Are they good? I'm assuming they are. Are they, well, the big question is are they free? I like the word free. That's just me. I like free. Because with Backyard EOS, I spent a lot of money on Backyard EOS. Let me do an exposure of, let's see, 240, 300, 360, 420, 480, 540. We'll do 600. And we'll bring the ISO down to 100. Try it and see what we get. This guiding looks to be phenomenal tonight, so we're gonna try to really bust this sucker out. So we're gonna do 600 on this one too. Okay, folder. Yes, yes. NGC281 and go. Okay. Be done in under an hour. And you want to know what? This weekend, I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to look up this stuff. I have it written down. Took it an hour and a half, so... Yeah, I can imagine. I'll definitely take a look at those programs. Thank you so much, Jurgen. And I'll look at that stuff and then hopefully, maybe it might help. You never know. Yeah, see, guiding is doing extremely well. We're at 0.44. By the way, that mead picture is at the top left is really cool. And there's not a cloud in the sky out there. That's why I was like, I can't waste tonight. I can't waste tonight just fiddling with the damn go-to. We gotta get something. And I know people, I've gotten the Pac-Man before. I know it's not great, but at least I can add to the exposures that I've gotten before, so at least it's something. Yeah, Jurgen, I saw your image of NGC281 and it puts everybody else's to shame. It was an incredible image. I could not believe the detail that you got off of that. It was incredible. Just incredible. Jurgen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add you as a moderator. Because then this way, you can post links if you want. So that way, you get the wrench now. Which is super awesome. No way, you did it in Hubble Palette? I just saw it in black and white. I didn't see the Hubble Palette one. When did you do that? Today? Or was that last week? I'll have to look at it. Here, let me pull it up here. Give me 1 second here. Just moments ago. That's awesome. I can't wait. Give me 1 second here. Oh my god. Oh. You can almost get lost in the detail of that image. That's crazy. Four-minute images. My god. Kudos, my good man. Kudos. Means amazing. Cheers. Good job. That is fantastic. I mean, wow. Everybody go check that picture out that he just sent, because that is just... I mean, I'm zooming this in all the way, and the stars are pinpoint. And all the gases are like, you can actually see like detail of the actual gases. You can see the blues and the purples. You should get that printed. So print that. incredible. I know for a fact mine won't even come close to that. But I'm getting there. Jurgen, what is your light pollution out there? Because that was one of the questions I meant to ask you. Yeah, thinking about it, you should. You should be proud. You should be absolutely proud for getting an image like that. And I bet that does affect your images, though. Bortle scale 5. Oh, here we go. White, red, orange, yellow, green. So you're in the green? Or flipped the other way? So if it was flipped the other way, it would be black, gray, blue, green, yellow. So either you're in the yellow or the green. If you go to my website, you'll be able to see what the Bortle scale is for based off of percentages. The first image should be just about done. About another minute, another 60 seconds. This one should turn out really well. I made sure I got the focus as good as I possibly could on both cameras. So we'll see what we get. I don't know how good it's going to be. I still have to get a light pollution filter for the Canon camera. Alright, so that camera is done. 10-minute image. Let's see what we get. Let's see. Stars look pretty good for 10 minutes. See if I can try to increase the histogram here. I'll have to stack it. I do not have a filter for the Canon camera. I do not. But I'm in the midst of getting one. I do have a filter for this one. For the QHY. Find it. And find it. There it is. I do not. Where I'm at borderline red-white is where I'm at for my skies. Which is like the worst / second worst for light pollution. By a mile. It is horrendous for light pollution. So I can't really get too much. I try my hardest. I try my heart out to get, you know, objects and images. I really do. I should increase the ISO though. You can see it though. It's there. You can see it. I got the orientation absolutely dead on, though. Which is pretty friggin' awesome. Yeah. 10 minutes, 100 ISO. Oops, just kick that. I mean, if I didn't have the freaking light pollution, I swear to God that it would be a hell of a lot, you know, darker image. The sky would be so much darker in the back. But, I mean, hey, I mean, for having light pollution and still getting an image and still getting objects, I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I have fun every night. I don't care. A lot of people say, oh, your images aren't that great. You wanna know what? I have fun, and that's the most important thing. I love taking these images. I love going out there and just interacting with everybody. It's so much fun. It is just a great time. God, I need another drink. It's so humid. It's so freaking hot today. And the stars don't look that bad, really. I mean, for it being a 600-second image, that is not bad. I mean, I could probably bring it out to about maybe 15 and still get pretty solid images. Man, it's a pretty wide field. And what's really cool is if you look really carefully, up at the top left of that image, you could see this. You can actually see the star. I think that's Sheeter, I think. Or Shadar? Bright Star. Yeah, it's Sheeter. And then the star that is over to the left of the Pac-Man, that is Achard? Achard? I don't know how to pronounce it. These stars, I'm telling you. Achird. Achard. Or Achard. But it's such a wide field, you can get everything, which is so cool. And that's the other thing, is that this is just one shot. Oh, I know, without a doubt. I just don't have the money right now to get one. I have a light pollution filter for the QHY, and then I have the hydrogen alpha filter for the QHY. So I'm shooting it. Now, here's the other thing, too. This is the other big one, Jurgen. I'm shooting this with a colored camera. So you're shooting with a monochrome, like you already know. Monochromes are more sensitive than a colored camera. When light goes into a colored camera, you have your red, green, and blue receptors, so it's all taking light into the 4 channels. But with a monochrome, it's one solid channel taking in all the light. Which means if you're taking in all the light, you're not losing any detail. You're taking in everything. But with mine, only shooting in such a narrow band passage, you're throwing away so much, which means there's detail that's just going away. I can't. Well, actually, yeah, I can focus on it. I mean, I think that I just had a tiny little bit of star drift. On this next image, it should be a lot better, and the stars should be more pinpoint. Because it was bouncing a little bit in the beginning, but it has definitely settled down to 0.4, so we should be in great shape. The beginning was a little rough. I saw it bounce up to like 1 and then came back down, and now has just been solid for guiding. If I take this to 400, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on here. No, you won't. Darn it. But on the left-hand side, maybe I can shift it over to the left. Ah, you can't see it. But there was a huge bump. And I think that's what's causing these stars to look oblong, is because it hit that bump. I had an H-alpha filter for the DSLR once before. It's not good unless the camera's modified, which this camera is. This Canon 1000D is modified. It's just that with so much light pollution, even it being modified still is not going to be all that great. But I focused this, and the stars should be pretty good on this next shot. So we'll see. It's at 80% right now, so the stars should be, the image should be just about done. By the way, I have 6 people watching. I'm just going to give out some shout-outs. Venus, Jurgen, of course. Tanya, thank you for stopping in. Chris Astro Channel, I know I saw you popped in. Ert Radio, fantastic. And I think that was it. I don't think anybody else was in. We had 6 people. At one point, we had 7 watching. Somebody dropped off. A couple people come in, couple people come out. Hey, you want to know what? And I'm fine with that. If you guys want to come in, I haven't done a new playlist yet, so I've been just switching back and forth from the 3 playlists for music. They're both 3 hours long, so I just switch back and forth and just hit play and just let it go. So the music's going in the background, which is always good. What do you mean by you hit 3 at most? Oh, that image is done. Let's take a look and see what the stars are going to do. Oh, they never moved. They did move. I'm going to zoom in all the way to this star. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. This is... The percentage on this star is 1,173%. This is how much it moved. Are you watching that, people? That's crazy. Alright, image 1. Image 2. Nuts. might be a little bit out of focus. You're right, Jurgen. I think we are. Try that, see if that works. Oh, you had 3. Oh, for visitors, 3 at most. I did notice that you put music on your live streams the last couple of times. I did see that. Or, I can't see music, but I did hear it. And I'm telling you, with your work, it'll get there. You're going to get a lot of visitors. I'm going to be promoting your website. I'm going to be promoting your work because what you do is amazing. And it should not be ignored. Should not. A lot of people should come on there. And what you do is amazing because now I saw you got a microphone too, which is great. I heard you actually talking a couple of times, which is fantastic. Ron, good job by subbing because, yeah, he definitely needs more subs. He definitely needs... His work is definitely amazing. And I got... I'm on Flickr, so I got you saved on my phone for Flickr, and I'm going to be checking all your pictures and everything because what you did with the Pac-Man is incredible. I saw you did the Cocoon. I saw you did the Comet. It's amazing. Yeah, the silence, that's tough. I remember I started doing that for the first time, and it was silence for like 2 hours. I like interacting, and Jurgen, it was great that you interacted with everybody in the chat room too, and then you were giving one-by-one steps of what you were doing. You know, had to calibrate the guiding, had to calibrate this, had to make sure the focus, and you have like an autofocuser too, which is crazy what you did. And I was trying to follow it. It was last Saturday? You were on for like 7 hours, I think. And I think a couple of days ago you were on for 9 hours. I can't do 9 hours. You were up to like when the sun came up, which is crazy. But you do amazing. Definitely do great work. What I'm gonna do... We'll get out of this at 1100%, and we'll zoom out of this. I mean, this definitely looks really cool. I mean, I got to admit, it is still pretty nice. Can I go this way? I can't go that way. Can I go that way? No. That makes the stars brighter. I'll have to process the hell out of this image, but... Jurgen is from Germany, if I'm correct. And what I do to take flat images, I have an artist panel board for sketching. And it has like 150 settings of brightness. And I have it taped to the wall. So what I do is when I'm done, I bring in my mount, turn the scopes to the side and have it pointing towards the flat panel, and then just take flats from there every single time. And it actually works out pretty good. It runs off a USB, which is really good. Belgium, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Oops, sorry, I thought it was, my bad. I was close. That's like me saying I was in Canada. I was close. Oops. But it is phenomenal that you can... It's just amazing that you could talk to people from all over the world from home. I mean, I was talking on my radio show last week to Premvera Begali, who is from Kosovo. And they're doing outreach for astronomy out there, which is incredible to even think about, you know, to actually get her on the phone. And then this upcoming week, I'm going to have Carol Masalars from Poland. I mean, that's incredible. And Jurgen, hopefully your latency issues will get a little bit better. I'd love to have you on my radio show to just do an interview. Even if, like, what I had to do with Carol, it was kind of hard to do because he's busy and the time difference is 6 hours. So what would be 12 o'clock my time would be 6 p.m. his time, and he had some latency issues also. So it was kind of tough to get him on, so I did a pre-recorded interview through Facebook Messenger. And if you want, sometime in the next week and a half or so, if you want, you can go live on YouTube and I'll ask you questions in the chat room and you just put your microphone on and answer the questions and I'll take the audio off of that. But that's up to you. If you want to do that, I would love to have you on a pre-recorded, you know, to talk about astronomy, talk about, you know, certain things and, you know, what's your favorite object, what's your favorite planet, how did you get into astronomy, you know, what kind of equipment are you using. I would love to have you on. I really would. And then I would just send you the link on, you know, it being edited, because I'll edit everything and make sure it's nice and pretty, and then I'll play it. Not this Tuesday, but I'd like to have you on and get everything set up for the Tuesday after. So that would be not the 18th, but the 25th. So I can get you on the 25th. And yeah, I am nearly in Canada. I'm like literally 8 miles from Canada. I could almost run there. I probably could hit a golf ball up there. Well, let's see how much it moved again. Ready? Because now we just finished image number 3. So let's take a look and see how much the stars moved again. We're getting into the 1100% range. Oh my god, it doesn't move. That's incredible. That's incredible, people. That's amazing that the stars don't freaking move at 10 minutes, which means I could easily go 20, maybe 30. That's amazing. I went 2 out for focus. Let's see what it does. I got 4 in. Okay, we'll go 5 in. We'll see what it does. Again, it doesn't look that horrible. And it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, I tried to learn French too. Didn't go so well. I tried to learn Spanish. That didn't go so well either. So at least it proves that my guiding is just absolutely friggin' spot on. And to take an image like that is incredible. And good news, people, good news. I'm trying to get through getting another camera too. It might be sooner than everybody thinks, so be on the lookout for that for the new streams, as I might be getting another camera to replace the Canon camera. So hopefully it might take some time, but we'll see. Yes, Joe, aliens. I knew that was coming. I knew it. Joe is a longtime friend of mine. Joe works the same job as I do, and he's been a friend of mine for probably 15 years. And he loves to come on and say aliens and then disappear. Joe, don't disappear this time. By the way, Joe, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better? I know you were sick earlier today. So hopefully you feel a little bit better. Make sure you get some sleep. Oh, he is. He is a hoot to work, let me tell you. He runs his own property, I run my property, so we work the same job, we just work on different parts of the town. Oh good, you did take a nap, good. He works about just under 10 miles from me. 10 miles west of me. And I'm glad that you could come on, Joe, and you get to take a look. We're getting the Pac-Man again. Nom 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 Pac-Man. Get the Pac-Man Nebula. We're just revisiting it because my go-to is pretty much shot. I know I talked to you earlier about it. I gotta call Celestron tomorrow and figure out why the go-to. The tracking is absolutely spot on. Tracking is phenomenal. It is absolutely amazing. We're getting 10-minute images. I could probably bump this up to even 20, maybe even 30 minutes and not get any star trails at all. Yeah, we could probably knock this thing out of the park if we really wanted to, but it's looking really good. The Canon one looks really, really good. I'm very impressed, considering, one, there's no light pollution filter in there at all. And we're taking, 10-minute images on a Canon camera. It looks really good. Why, thank you very much, Take Back Space. Thank you so much. And your work, I'm telling you, your work is amazing too. For getting planetary and lunar, phenomenal job. I always thumbs up your work because the way that you do it is great. And I'd love to get you on my show sometime too. Because you're phenomenal. Just such a great community of astronomers from all over the world. It's just amazing. when somebody's clouded out, and I'm telling you right now, tonight, it's a busy night. It is a busy, busy night. We got P&K Space Imaging. I think they should be doing something later tonight. Take Back Space. I saw you were live. Bill from Skywatcher Gaming, he was live. Everybody, I'm live. Everyone. It must be the skies are starting to really clear up, so everyone is doing something here and there, which is fantastic. We're getting the moon. We're getting Mars. We're getting objects. It's just phenomenal. Because I know that when somebody is, you know, super clouded out, there's always somebody streaming. And now that the moon is, you know, crescent, everyone's coming out of the woodworks, which is awesome. And that's right, exactly. Hey, you want to know what? You can lurk all you want. I'll be on here for about another 2 more hours. We're going to be getting Pac-Man Nebula for 2 hours tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people popping in and popping out. I'm pretty sure of it. Which is awesome. Nachos. Oh my god, nachos sound so good right now. We'd love to get a drink, though. Might run upstairs and go get a drink. Oh, even better, tacos! Oh, tacos, that'd be fantastic, too. Oh, apparently there's a fight going on. Gennady, what is the name? Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. It's a middleweight title fight in Las Vegas. Interesting. I don't really watch boxing. But apparently that's going on right now, so in the main event. Interesting. Yeah, MMA is probably better. And UFC, yes, UFC is good too. I like UFC. They're always sporadic Conor McGregor. Everybody loves to watch what he can do. And actually, I was streaming for that fight too. The Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather. I was streaming that night, and like, it was like the internet was like slowing down. It was like really, really bad because everybody was watching that fight live. Chalupas, that would be good too. Now you're making me hungry, people. Oh god, I'm hungry. Where are we at for image? Let me see. Are we almost done on this? We got 86%, and that one's got 40 seconds. So what I will do is we will zoom in again to 1100% again. Which is always so awesome because I love going to 1100% and see what the stars are going to do. Also, I changed the focus on the QHY to see if that, because it just looks like it's out of focus. I don't know why, but it just looks like it. I could post-process it and make it a little bit better anyways. Yeah, he did start it. He said he was going to make something. Food. Everybody notice my guiding is really, really good right now at 0.33? It's been solid for like almost a half an hour. It has not gone anything higher than 0.45. Wow, that didn't move. That is awesome. I mean, when you're looking at something at 1200%, I mean, you got to have like very minimal error. And if I could try to see if I can get like 10 to 15 of these, I'll be happy. Because right now we're on number 5. So we've gotten 40 minutes so far of this image, which is super awesome. So what is it going to do? What is it going to do? Why does one look bad but the other one doesn't? Let me go check something. Looks fine out there, so I don't know. I bumped it, so that was my bad. Sorry, that was me. Because I bumped them out. I didn't really bump them out. I wanted to check the camera and see. I don't know. The highest I ever had for watching was when I was doing the Perseid meteor shower. At one point, I had 37 people watching. And it was the highest watch time for any video I have ever done. That was at the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. That was on August 12th. I know the 13th and 14th was the actual peak itself, but it was clear that night. And I was on for 4 hours. And just trying to see if I can get meteors. I caught 7 that night, which was phenomenal. And you could always go back into my channel and actually watch it. I actually split it into like 2 or 3 parts and did it like 30 or 40 minute sessions out of it. And I got, I think it was, let's see. I'm going to check the watch time on it. It was analytics. Lifetime. 3,931 minutes was total watch time for that one show. Yeah, there was that one radio show we had 75 people on, which was phenomenal. And like 65 of them were guests, which means my guess. Well, my guess was that the guests that were on there were viewing it from my website. That's what I had to think, because when you don't sign in to Mixlr through the app, it'll show up as a guest, so it won't show you your name. So that's my thinking, is that everybody went to my website and went and saw Ert Radio on there and clicked play. And once you click the play button on the website, it'll actually register and it will show that you're watching it. But that week, I'm telling you, was amazing when I did the Perseid watch. I did it on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I did it 3 straight nights in a row. The 10th, I had 1,000 watch time minutes. The 11th was 1,700 minutes. And then the 12th was 3,931. What that means is, if I have 7 people watching, and then every minute that those 7 people are watching, it counts as 7 watch time minutes in that 1 minute. So, of course, naturally, if you have 7 people over 100 minutes, that's 700 watch minutes. So you could really figure it out that I was on for 4 hours that night. So in that 4 hours, if you times it by 60, that's 240 minutes. So you take 3,931 and divide that by 240, and you get 16.37. So the entire time, that whole 4 hours, I was averaging just under 17 viewers for the whole 4 hours. That's crazy. 17 people Now, of course, that was a big event. Naturally. You know, when you see Persei meteor shower, you're going to want to watch it, because you never know what you're going to find. And I have the wide field camera, the 180-degree lens, where I was getting half the entire sky. Now, what I plan on doing is, and I'm hoping I can get this done, is for October, which is next month, I'm going to do it twice. 2 times, people. 2 times. I'm going to try to get it in early October with the Draconids, and then in late October with the Orionids. I'm going to do both of them. The 2 meteor showers in October. So, I'm going to have 2 cameras pointing at 2 separate parts, east and west. And then I'm going to have 2 cameras pointing in the south, east and west. So, in other words, for the 4 cameras, I'm going to have a full 360-degree view of the sky. So if there is going to be a meteor, I don't care where it is, I'm going to get it. Because I'm going to have the cameras to take it, and I'm going to find it. So I'm going to try my best to do it. I'm going to have the 2 T7s pointing north, and then pointing south is I'm going to have the 2 meat cameras pointing south. And they're just going to be shooting like 60, 70 second exposures. So then hopefully I'll be able to get something. So it's going to be super awesome. And yes, what do you mean by radio? Because I have an actual radio show that I actually do on Tuesdays. Ron is the owner of Radio. He's the one who actually started the actual station 4 years ago. And then I was brought on, well, I found him and then saved their station. And now I have my own shows. Like I do music shows, I do the astronomy show, which is Caught in the Moment. And I just started doing that last Tuesday. And then I'll be doing it every week for an hour. And that's from 12 to 1 Tuesday. And that's 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So, Jurgen, it's probably right around 6 p.m. your time. You're about 6 hours ahead of me. And I do get to have fun. You darn right I get to have fun. I mean, how is astronomy not fun? When you get to look up all the wonderful topics that's going around in the world. Like the National Solar Observatory. Like, I love that one. That one's interesting. What I might just do is I might head upstairs to go get a drink. I'm thirsty. Yeah, exactly. Like last week. Exactly. Yeah, it was the FBI that came in and closed not only the Solar Observatory, but they also closed the post office that was right next to it. Because apparently, now this is just speculation, is that somebody saw something they weren't supposed to. I mean, how do you close a National Solar Observatory just like that? And it being so close to Roswell, New Mexico, and Area 51, and all that stuff, something seems to be a little fishy. Yeah, they did. And actually, I did see that yesterday. Which, by the way, do you remember what the town is called? Venus, I'll give you some bonus points if you remember what the town is called. You got it. You got it. You got it right. Sunspot. Sunspot, New Mexico is the name of the place. Which, that is just awesome. I always wanted to live on a street that was called Orbit Drive. That would be so amazing. Just think about that. They say, sir, where do you live? Oh, I live on Orbit Drive. This is amazing. This would just be so friggin' awesome. or Universe Drive, or Universe Avenue. Yes, it would. There is an orbit drive not too far from here, too. It's a few miles away. That image is done. Oh, that looks so much better. Oh, I think we fixed our focus problem. Oh my god, that looks so much better. Yeah, we fixed it. We fixed our focus problem. Woo! I lived on Orchard. There was no orchards. No orchards on Orchard Avenue. By the way, this is so interesting, okay? So interesting, people. This is fun fact time. Fun fact time. This is just great, okay? This is a mind bender for the 6 people that are watching, okay? How do you park in a driveway but drive in a parkway? Just think about that. Think about that. Why is Greenland filled with ice, but Iceland is green? Mind is blown, okay? Mind is blown. Why? Just nuts. It's crazy. Wow. That was your fun fact today. Sorry. I know, see? Now we got us thinking. We're thinking at 11:30 at night. It's amazing. There was a few other ones that I had in my mind. Well, yeah, Ron, technically, yes, it is green underneath the ice, but just think about it. Ice is on top of the green, but it's Greenland. Just, yeah. Ron is doing some critical thinking now. Yeah, exactly. You're making me hungry. Which means this image here should be really good too. This one coming up here for the Canon cameras. This one should be really good. Guiding is just a dream right now. 0.31? Really? Man, oh man. At least we know something is going right tonight. You did. You did. By the way, if you don't know, Venus, I'm a huge superhero, like those kind of movies. Not as big as Joe. I don't know, Joe, if you're still on or not. Joe is a huge comic book like guru. Like, he reads all the comic books of everything about superheroes and everything. Me, I just love the superhero movies. Like Man of Steel, Justice League, The Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. I could go on and on. Love those. I could sit there and watch the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe from start to finish in one single sitting. Love it. Not so much of a Superman fan. Henry Cavill did pretty good to revive him. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, although, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is just recent news. But I heard that Henry Cavill is actually leaving, of not gonna be Superman. I don't know if there's any truth to that. If that really is true, I'm gonna be a little disappointed because in my opinion, he did a great job, and that will hurt me just as much as when oh God, what's his name? I'm like drawing a blank now. Who played Batman? It was before Ben Affleck. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. People in the chat, please help me. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God, I can picture his face. Joe, help me. Yes! Christian Bale. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My God, I couldn't remember his name. Son of a bitch. Couldn't remember his name. I think he was the best Batman, although other people will say that Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Val Kilmer was an okay Batman, not the greatest. George Clooney, people say he was the worst Batman. And then, well, the very first Batman was Adam West. I mean, everybody loved Adam West as the first Batman. And then you got Ben Affleck. When they announced that, and by the way, Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman anymore. So what is that, 6 now? And then they said that it was going to be Jake Gyllenhaal was going to be the new one. Oh, if they gave it to Keaton, he would have crushed it. Easily. No doubt about it. I hope so. I really do. I don't like that they reboot these things every 10, 15 years. I don't like that. Stick with it. You know, keep it going. I'm a little pissed off, and I hope there's no kids in here. I'm a little pissed off that they're rebooting the Transformers series. A little mad about that, too. Because they were actually getting involved with it. They were really starting to get some with Unicron. I was actually starting to really like that. And it is getting tiring. Well, yeah, there are too many reboots. That's the problem. But here's the thing, though, Venus, and that's the thing, is they gotta make money somehow. How many times have you seen reboots of movies that we've loved over the 90s and early 2000s? There's always a reboot for something. Like the Turtles movies. Now, you are probably living under a rock if you didn't like the original Turtles movies. I loved them. I'm sure you guys did too. They made 1, 2, and 3. But then they rebooted them in the early 2000s. I'm like, what the... Seriously? You couldn't just leave it alone? No, you had to reboot it. So they made like 2 or 3 of them. You know, it's just ridiculous how they do that. But they gotta make money somehow. That's the thing. They figure it's a new generation, 10, 15 years down the road. They figure they can get more money. And TMNT was pretty awesome. For the time it came out, it made sense. And it was perfect. Like, I could sit down and actually watch the first 3. Secret of the Ooze, Back in Time, those movies were great. The new ones, not so much. I think they tried way too hard. Way too hard. And it was just too much CGI, and it to me, it didn't make sense. I know we're not talking astronomy, but I love talking about this kind of stuff. I think it's great. Alright, so this image is done. Zoom in. Oh my god, that's even better. Wow, that is so crazy. I'm just going through all the images here. So now we've taken a total of 6. So we are at 60 minutes. So we are at officially an hour of imaging on the Pac-Man Nebula. And it's looking pretty good. I gotta admit, looking pretty sweet. Granted, of course, naturally one image, it's not going to look the best in the world, only because, well, it's one image, you know. But when you stack them and get a whole bunch of them together, like everybody knows, it's going to look a heck of a lot better. So, let's see what this does. Let me see. Oh my god, that looks so much better. Oh, that's really good. I'm very impressed with that. Focus is pretty darn good. You can actually make out the actual nebulosity in the image. I'm impressed with that. That's right, all those Chris's, I'm telling you. 3 Chris's. I'm telling you. We should actually create a show. It would be the 3 Chris's. We should. That would be awesome. Actually, you want to know what? We should create a show called Chris Cubed. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome. See if I can... Perfect. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Alright, I am going to get a drink real quick, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get one. You guys can just hang out. And I will be right back. Okay, so apparently the music, you know, this playlist was only 1 hour and 22 minutes. Oops. Oh well. Let's play it again. My bad. It was really crazy though, because when I walked out there, it was really cool while I was getting my drink. Capella, with the atmospheric disturbances, is like twinkling like crazy. Almost looks like a Christmas tree colors. It was nuts. Like it was like red and yellow and green and white and blue. It was nuts to see what it was doing. It was just crazy. The image on the left is going to be done in 1 minute. So then we'll have 7. I'm going to see if I can point this out to everybody. Okay, so on the Meade DSI, the Finder, the one at the top left, there's a green there. I accidentally clicked the star because you can actually use this as a guider, but you don't really have to. But I accidentally clicked it. But if you look carefully, and I mean very, very carefully, this right here, you can see like a little splotch right at the middle of the screen. That's the Pac-Man right here. And this little star that you see right there, that's the star that's in the middle of the Pac-Man. Like if I were to go over here on the QHY, that's that star right there. So again, this star right there on the Meade DSI is this star right there. That's crazy. That's nuts. Let's see what it does for stars. Incredible. Incredible! They don't move! The stars don't move. It's unbelievable in a 10-minute image. I might crank it to 20. How's guiding going? 0.28? Screw it. We're going for it. We're doing it. It's gonna beep. $1,200, $1,140. $1,080, $1,200. We're also going to bump the ISO up, too. There. We'll see what it turns in to be, but if we're getting guiding at 0.3 to 0.4, let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's crank this sucker. I remember I did... Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I have it on this computer. Do I? I do. I do have one. Might slow the computer down, but let's see. come I can't... wonder why it doesn't work. Huh. I wonder if it's already on here. Oh, see it. Huh. That's interesting. I should be able to see display capture. Oh, wait. There we go. Add existing. Display capture 1. No, it still doesn't work. What? What the frick? Okay. Try display capture 2. Ah! There we go. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright. Alright, so people. So this is an image I took last year in October of the same, well, not the same object, but this is one of the longest exposures I've ever taken. This was a 30-minute exposure of the Heart Nebula, which is IC1805. I'm going to actually bring it out here. As you can actually see detail on this. Like over here on the left-hand side, you can actually see some of the detail down here. And then you can actually see like the actual heart itself, which is right here. But this was a 30-minute exposure. 30 minutes! And this is what the stars look like. Now granted, it's black and white only because it wasn't debayered. And when you debayer it, all you're doing is you're demosaicing. And then you're just taking it and hitting done. And it'll actually demosaic it and it'll actually turn red. Like you can see here. So if I go to the middle of the image here, I mean the stars looked pinpoint. Look at that. 30-minute image and the stars looked phenomenal. Now the reason why this looked really bad is because it's a double star. Look at that. That's a double star right there. That's a double star right there. So when you actually increase the exposure, it looks kind of bloated, but it's really not. That is phenomenal, the way that that star looks like. I mean, this was a 30-minute exposure. I probably could have gone 45, maybe even 50 minutes of exposure time. Imagine if this was a monochrome camera, the detail I would have got on this damn thing. Just incredible. And the tracking has been just ridiculous. And how I do it, and you guys can do it too at home, is for polar alignment, you have either my sensor's overheating. What do you mean my sensor's overheating? As in for what? Which one? The QHY or the Canon? No, the reason being that it's black like that is because I took a short exposure. I stopped it in the middle of the actual exposure. Because I wanted to do a 20-minute instead of a 10. So I stopped it at like 12 seconds. That's all. That's all this is. It was just quick because I can just click this and then just bring it right back. That's all. Nothing bad. It was just... all I did was I just... I aborted it. Because I'm looking at guiding and I'm thinking, oh my god, guiding is so good at 0.3, 0.4. Stars aren't moving. I might as well increase the exposure and also increase the ISO. So these are 20 minutes on the left, and then it's going to be 18 on the right. And we'll see what we get. Hey, we got nothing else to lose. You know, it's midnight. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, people. So as I was saying, and how I do it, and it's really easy and it's really cheap to do it. Now, granted, yeah, I know people have talked about it before with PoleMaster. You know, you just put PoleMaster at the front of the mount, and it's like $200 and something that you can get, and then you can get accurate guiding and what for alignment and everything. The way that I do it, and it's really cheap, is you have the CG5 or the AVX, whatever it is, and you use the polar scope. We all have seen them before. So you slide it into the mount, and then I have a Microsoft LifeCam 1080p webcam, okay? And the diameter of the camera is exactly the same diameter as the polar scope. No joke. You put it up one on top of the other, it'll fit perfectly. And then every like 2 or 3 sessions I change the tape, but I use T-Rex tape or Gorilla tape or duct tape or whatever you want to use, and just tape it 3 or 4 times around it. Make sure it's nice and tight and taut. Make sure it's really good. And what you see through the webcam is what your eyes would see through the polar scope. And then all you do is you pull out your phone, you get the, you know, Sky Safari 6, Sky Safari 5, whatever it is, and look through what Polaris is and match it. That's all you do. You match it what it says, you get the star just right by adjusting the mount, you know, getting it just right, and then you're done. And that's it. Microsoft LifeCam you get for like $40-50. Plug it into your computer, and then what you see is what you get. And then it does an autofocus and everything, and it's a very sensitive webcam. I'm surprised how sensitive it is, because all you're doing is, you're just getting 1 star. That's all you're doing. It's amazing. And you could get super, super accurate alignment. I mean, I can't believe how accurate I've been with this. And you guys can do it too. You know, it's because I have to pull this out every single night. I don't have a pier mount. I don't have an observatory. I don't have anything. I have to pull out on the wheelie bar and bring it out and set it up, get it all aligned, and it takes like, you know, 5-10 minutes, and then you're good to go. And you just do what you got to do. And it's amazing. And then for guiding, I have a 8x40, I think it's 8x40, or 8x50, I can't remember what it is. It's a blue finder scope is what it really is, and I have a Meade DSI attached to it, and it's a color Meade DSI, and I've maneuvered it so whatever you see in the 2 scopes that I have, you'll see through the guider. So the star that I'll guide on is the middle of the 2 other ones, so it's a guider that's off axis is what it's called. Well, not off-axis, it's a separate one. Don't get me started with the off-axis bullshit again, because I'm not doing that. Because that's a piece of work. But it's so simple. And then the finder, you guys, again, could do it. I mean, it's just 30 minutes on a mono, I can't imagine the detail that you get on a 30-minute mono. I can't imagine. I've seen people do 4, 6, and 8-minute images on a monochrome, and the detail that you can get on such a short exposure is mind-blowing. Like, a 2-minute exposure on a monochrome is like a 25-minute exposure on an OSC, which is a one-shot color. I mean, it's 10 times more sensitive. Take it for what it's worth, that is incredible. It's unreal. So to actually get a 30-minute exposure on that, the sensitivity would just be unreal. And if you can get guiding at 30 minutes on that, and get, say, 4 or 5 of them, whew, talk about framing, talk about putting a matte or metal image or whatever it is on your wall. Incredible. Like, I got goosebumps just thinking about that. It's just, wow. By the way, I did get my drink, so I'm very excited about that. Very happy. It's still hot. And no, I have not. I don't have the QHY5. This is the actual QHY9. But, good news, Jeff, and it should be happening soon, probably within the next 2 days, I'm hoping, is I should be getting a sponsorship from QHY, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I'll be sponsored by them, so I'll be promoting their products and doing everything for them, and, you know, putting them on my website, and I should be able to try one of their cameras out, monochrome camera. I'm not sure which one it is yet. Don't know. Won't know until Monday which one it's going to be. It could either be the QHY 18.3, 16.3, or the 11 or 12. Not sure. And thank you. Trust me, it's been... If you want, go to the stream last night. And I was just going off. You know, I was just trying to say, like, you know, we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to see what was going to happen. So I'm hoping by Monday I should know, and then I'll have 2 QHYs. I'll have the 9 in color, and then I'll have the one in monochrome. So then I'll be able to get objects in color and black and white. So you'll be able to see a bunch of stuff. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. I have the hydrogen alpha filter. So I'll put the hydrogen alpha filter on the monochrome, and then I'll have the Orion Skyglow on the 9C. And then the Canon will be retired off of the home, and I'll put that on my travel setup. So then I'll have that one for my travel. So then what I'll do is I'll have, on the travel, I'll have for planetary, I'll have the Orion 90mm Apex. It's a Cassegrain. So I'll do that for planetary and lunar. And then I have the T7, which is, it's a wide field camera, so I can do meteor showers or time lapses, Milky Way, whatever you want to call it. I could do all of that. And then I'll have the Canon camera on top of that. So the travel setup will be set, and then I'll have the home setup too. So good things are coming, people. It's just going to take some time. Jeff, you're going to get some Blue Moon. Fantastic. Because it's a Saturday night. We're just going to relax. We're going to have a good time. Guiding's at 0.28. Whatever I did to the mount by unplugging stuff and putting it back in, whatever I did, it worked. Because that star is not moving. That star is not moving at all. And you actually get to see a live image coming up soon of 1,200 seconds in about 5 minutes. 20-minute exposure. Amazing. Just amazing. QHY 5L pixel size is 3.7. That's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. I've heard so many good things about the QHY5. I've heard it, you know, it's very sensitive. You know, for it being the smaller end of the cameras, it's not a bad one at all. Let me check. Because isn't it, I'm pretty sure, I thought it was a smaller sensor, I thought. Let me see. Is it just the 5L or is it the 5L2? I'm guessing it's just the 5L, I'm thinking. Alright, so the sensor size is 4.83 by 3.63. It's a very, very, very small sensor. It's very small. Because the thing is with that, is... Oh, you do. Oh, you're the 5L2. Okay. Same thing. 4.83 by 3.63. So, I'm sure some of you know how this works is, in order to figure out your field of view, is you have to know two things. One, you have to know your focal length and your aperture of your telescope. That's the first thing. Two, you have to know your sensor size dimension, width and length. And then you'll be able to find out your field of view. Pixel size. What is the pixel size? Let's take a look and see. .75 by 3.75, is that correct? Is that right? I think that's what you put on there, right? Yeah. Yeah, 375 by 375. That's actually, you know, I gotta admit, that is really good. That is really, really, really good. By the way, people, that image is done. This is an 18-minute image, so we'll see how much the stars move in 18 minutes. Let's see. Don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Don't move. Haha, they don't move. That is awesome. And you can really start seeing the detail now. People, can you see the detail on the Pac-Man? On the QHY? Because I sure can. Yeah. The ASI 1600, I have heard that is probably one of the best monochrome cameras out there, is the ASI 1600. I mean, that's just crazy. That's one image, and you can actually start to see... Here, let me get the mouse here. You can actually start to see the dark lane right here on the Pac-Man, and then you can actually see definition on this outside right here. That's one shot. This is just a color image. This isn't even extracted yet. Wait till I extract this thing. So we've taken 7, and this image is now done too. Reset it here. Why the stars look oblong. They shouldn't. They look kind of weird looking. But you could definitely see the Pac-Man Nebula in there. Just the stars don't look all that great on this one. I don't know why. Well, we'll see what the next image looks like. But you could definitely see it, so I guess that's a good thing. Probably because I'm like really going nuts on the histogram. And that could be why. Yeah, because that doesn't look all that great. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Still looks pretty freaking awesome, though. Yeah, the one on the right is well, that's the difference between a camera that's, you know, $300 or $400 and a camera that's $1,400. That's the difference. And once I get the monochrome camera, then that one's going to make the QHY9 look like it's nothing. It is. It's just amazing. And the fact, like when Jurgen was on, you know, I'm in red for light pollution. I should put that on here, so this way people know where I'm at for the, you know, the Bortle scale. Is red for the Bortle scale is like 1800% artificial brightness. I mean, that's not good. You know, 1800% is pretty piss poor. Well, between 900 and 1800% is what it is. White is 2700%. Orange is 300%. Yellow is 100. Green is 33. Blue is 11. Gray is 1. And black is less than 1% artificial brightness. Artificial brightness is, you know, street lights, lights on your house, lamp posts, street signs, like, you know, for businesses. Anything that creates light that's artificial. And then, of course, that's over natural brightness. So if you live in the inner city, you're at 2700. And again, I've talked about this a couple times, and this is really sad, but in the next 10 to 15 years, they have to add another one. And that's going to be pink. And that's anything over 3600% above natural brightness. That's sad. And it's just nuts. I do, but here's the thing, Venus, and I've said this a couple times, is that I could do a vacation and I could go out to the mountains or dark places, but I can't take this with me. It would take hours to break down, get it in my car, take it out there, set it back up, break it down, come back home, set it back up again. It would take me hours to do. And I just can't do that, unfortunately. That's why I'm trying to get the travel setup done. It won't be as great, but here's the thing. When you go to dark skies, you go to, you know, dark areas, you don't need 30-minute exposures. All you need is just a couple minutes, really. You just need you know, 2 to 6 minutes, and it'll be a hell of a lot better than getting 20 or 30 minutes in light polluted area. And I would love to go to the star parties. I'd love to try to go to these places, but, you know. Well, I could take the travel setup and then take the best camera out there. You know, I mean, I would like to go to, you know, Cherry Springs. I was supposed to go earlier, you know, September 7th, 8th, and 9th. I was supposed to go, but they got like 3.5 inches of rain that whole weekend, so I decided not to go. I said, screw it, I'm not doing it. So I didn't go. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? And thank you, Take Back Space. always welcome on my streams. Where are we at for guiding? Still 0.35. Check it for 400 and see. There was that little hiccup when I touched the mount. I don't know if you can see it on there or not, but there's that right at the end. There's just like a little baby hiccup. Other than that, this has been solid at 0.4 the last 400. Now, what it does is it's moving ever so slightly for every step, and every time it moves, it's 3 seconds. So 400 steps at 3 seconds, that's 1200 seconds. So in reality, from one end to the other, you're getting one image, and you can see how much it's moved in that span. So maybe that's why this looks like crap, the one on the left, is because that was that little bump. That's why the stars look like that. But on the next image, it's going to be a lot better because it hasn't moved that much. That's my thinking. But it has been solid for like 2 hours straight. Even when it's this high up in the horizon, it's still going really strong. I'm pretty satisfied. And I think tomorrow's Sunday. I think I might have a processing party tomorrow. I might. Either Sunday or Monday. I haven't decided yet what I want to do. I'm debating. And actually take the images from here with the Pac-Man and combine them. I do manual focus. I don't do auto. But I have the AccuFocus, which is super awesome. For both cameras now. So I have the Orion AccuFocus on both of them with gears out there, so I can just push a button and automatically get it in focus. And with the QHY, with the EasyCap, the EasyCap has an actual focus aid, which is really cool. You click it, and it actually zooms in on the star. You click it, and it actually has a little circle, and it gives you the FWHM. And if you don't know what FWHM is, write it down. Get a pen and paper. It's full width half maximum. The lower the number, the better. So if you want to get it between 1 and 3, anything higher than that, then the star looks a little bit bloated. It looks just, eh. But you want to try to get it as much. Now, some people use what's called a Batinov mask, or Batinov mask. And what you can do is you can go online and you can actually get them custom made for your scope. And what it is, it's just a piece of plastic that's circle, and it has little slits in there. And when you put it over your telescope, it creates like an actual star pattern. And then if you go online, you can get a program called Batinov Grabber. And what it does is, and this is really cool, is it's an overlap program where it actually goes on the top of your computer, like on your screen, and you could drag it left or right and put it over your image to match the actual what the Batinov is, like the actual pattern. And the closest you can get the pattern of like the spikes and like everything, the more focused you'll be. So that's ultimately the best way to do it for focus, is to get a Batinov mask and then use Batinov Grabber. I have neither. I use Sharp Cap and Zoom. That too. You can do that too. That works 100%. Just zoom the hell out of it. But here's the thing. If you're in a light polluted area with atmospheric disturbances, the star will get in and out of focus throughout the night. So it's possible where you think you're in focus and then all of a sudden within like 10 seconds it's not, because you were focusing it on it when the atmospheric disturbance is what it was at its worst. So you got to really be careful, and you got to take the time to actually physically make sure that it's absolutely in focus. It's such a bitch. But you're right. Doing it normal and manual is the hardest way to go. It is really the hardest, and it makes it for a real true astronomer. Yeah, that you could do that too. Just use the lowest, find the brightest star you could possibly find, do the lowest exposure, and just run a loop. Run a loop and just keep going and see what you get. Because you never know. We're already at 77% already. Wow. That's awesome. So that's 40 minutes. So that's 70 and 40. That's 110. So we're just under 2 hours of exposure on this thing. So I'll probably get one more after this, and then we're going to call it a night. Then that way we'll get about just under 2.5 hours of exposure time on this. Which I think is pretty good. Yeah. I bet you're really... I'm sure you're tired, Jeff. I know. But if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Because I'll be here for about another... about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and then I'll be able to call it a night. So at 12:40, I will be done. And then everybody can hit the hay. Yep, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. Which is technically today, because it's now Sunday. Sunday the 16th. How about that? What's DCS World? See my channel. Well, I guess I'm going to. Well, I didn't hit the bell for yours, so if you downloaded anything... Oh, okay. Just watching, I'm watching your video. Well, this image is done. Awesome. Stars don't move and it's getting darker, so that's even better. It's actually a pretty cool game. Yeah, Jeff, I'm actually watching your video now. I'm actually watching this. But I hit the bell for your YouTube channel. So that way, whenever you upload a video, and by the way, I liked your video, just to let you know. So whenever you upload a video, I'll get the notification. So this way I know I didn't hit, I subscribed to your channel, but I never hit the bell. So now I know what you do on cloudy nights. But Jeff, it was really nice to have you on. If you need anything, just let me know. So yeah, just have a great night, and hopefully you'll be able to get out there and start imaging again. Star, I see that you made it on. That's awesome. Ron, you're still on. Venus, you're still on. Chris Astro Channel, you're still on, which is great. It's good to see you guys still on. Joe, I'm pretty sure you left a long time ago. Take Back Space was on for a while. Let's see if anybody else was on. If I missed anybody. I don't see anybody else. Alright, good night, Jeff. Thank you again. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Canon one is done. Oh my god, that's so much better. Oh wow. I'm trying to see if I can pull out the nebulosity on it without trying to go too bright. I mean, that is... That's epic. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit more. But right there. That's perfect right there. I mean, for a Canon camera, at 20-minute exposure, that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy about that. And it really is looking good. Wait till I stack these. I can't wait. We are going to have a processing party tomorrow, people. I think we are going to have a processing party. It's going to be super epic. Probably think I'm going to be out here around 9:30. I don't think it's supposed to be clear tomorrow. Check and see if it's going to be clear. it's going to be hit or miss tomorrow. No, it's okay. It's all good, Star. Just glad that you can come on the feed, which is always great. And you get to see stars, and if stars get to see stars. It's amazing. Of course, we get to listen to the same music twice, but hey, that's okay. Probably because I haven't had time to go through the music and actually get through it. Because I have one upstairs of a 3-hour playlist, and I just never got a chance to put it on the OneDrive. Oops. So we get to hear music again. So I'm fine with that. So it looks semi-clear tomorrow. So we may do... It's possible that I may do some, get some stars and do the processing party at the same time tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. I'm actually watching this on the feed, and actually it looks really good. I didn't think it actually turned out that good with the one on the right, but it really did turn out good. I love how I got these two cameras oriented too, which is amazing that you can actually see the stars matched up, that you can actually go and look at each star individually. Guiding's starting to bounce a little bit. I'm starting to notice it. So I'm hoping we can get at least this last one, and then we're going to call it a night. So I've got about 10 minutes left, and we are done. So if there's anything that I can answer from anybody that's in the chat room, because we got 6 people watching right now, which is amazing, and I do appreciate every single one of you that has come on, which is amazing. The support that you guys have given me since starting back up in May is fantastic. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't even be doing this. Simple as that. A little bit about what happened earlier this year. I had herniated discs in my neck and my back. So in January, February, and March, I really didn't do much. Pretty much stayed at home, didn't touch my astronomy equipment, didn't touch anything, had no passion to do anything, and pretty much just tried to recover. And it took a lot. It took a lot out of me from January to, I'd say, almost April. And yes, Ron, I did see your T-ring. I did. So when April started and going into May, I was watching one of the streams, P&K, the space imaging. And it got me back into it. It finally got me back into doing things, and the passion came back. So then I started doing streaming, started to go and do some imaging, and then I met the wonderful community here with Ron, Star, Venus, Chris Astro-Imaging, Take Back Space, Jeff Lucas, just everybody. Toad was on for a while, a couple streams ago. He's been on. I've seen more Jello. He's come on. So I've seen a bunch of people come and go over the last 4 or 5 streams, which is fantastic. Amanda was on last night. So just being here. You don't have to be here the full 2.5 hours. I don't expect anybody ever to. I know I can't. Chris, you know that whenever you do a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hour stream, whatever it is, you're gonna have people come and go. That's just how it is. I know. But just being there for a few minutes means everything. You know, and then that's the coolest thing. It's just to have somebody out there, and if I could help one person a day, that's all I care. That's all I care about. You know, and doing this, it's time consuming. That's one of the biggest things. You know that with the moon or with planetary, it's instantaneous. You see the moon, it's there, it's awesome, and it's pretty cool. You know, pretty cool. But with long exposure photography, you have to wait minutes and minutes and minutes before you actually get an image that pops up on the screen. So that's why I try to put as much as I possibly can on the screen for everybody to look at. You know, if you want to see the Finder's up at the top left. That is a live view on the Finder. So if a plane comes through, or if there's a shooting star, or if there's anything, asteroid, it's a live view. That is as live can be. That's running a 10-second exposure for the last 2.5 hours. Non-stop. If a cloud came through, you'd see it. So you could always watch that. I have my guider. So you can actually see I have the bullseye on there. You can actually watch the actual X move on the screen and watch it. And see how much the star moves. Then you have the graph, which is super cool. You have the time. You got the moon phase. And then you have the 2 images, and you can watch the clock. I have the progress bars. So there's a bunch of things I have going on. Last year and 2 years ago, it was, here's the image, here's what I got. Okay, now we're going to sit here for 20 minutes. What exactly are we going to be doing? So, and then of course I always have the chat open too. So I always have the chat open for other people to ask. And it is time consuming. It really is. Ask Ron about film. Imagine how time consuming that was. And thank you, Chris. It took me a lot. I used Photoshop to make the windows and get everything just right. And then I used OBS to move some things around and, do the browser share and get everything, and then use the background. So it was a lot of work, but I mean, it spices it up for everybody. If you look at my previous streams earlier this year, it was like a black background with like 3 pictures. Yeah, it is very unique. The multi-camera, it's the dual camera, which is awesome. And if I'm doing like, stars or clusters, I can spread it out. So I could do one at 2 minutes and one at 6 minutes. So that way, every 2 minutes, you're seeing 3 pictures come in, non-stop, one after another. And it really is. And Chris, just wait till that monochrome camera comes in. Oh my God. I mean, it would be so crazy. And then you'll really see the difference, and then they'll put the 9C to shame. Just how the 9C is putting the DSLR to shame. But that's not a bad thing at all. I mean, that's the one thing, is once I get a light pollution filter on this thing, then it'll be even better. And this is on, that's the other part too, is that this Canon camera is on a cheap lens. It's not expensive. The lens that I'm using is a Sigma lens. It's a 300mm lens that I'm using, and you get it for like $130. It's not a zoom lens, it's just a regular lens. And it's not terrible. I mean, it does the job. I mean, it's nice. And you get a wide field. I mean, look at this wide field that you get. I mean, that's crazy. You get all the way from that star at the top. That star right there is part of Cassiopeia. And then you have that little star at the bottom left, and then you have what creates a triangle here. And then that's the Pac-Man right here. So you can see it right there. So that's pretty cool. That's such a wide field view. Now with the Canon camera, or with the QHY, this is the field of view that you get with the QHY. Not as big. It's still there, but it's not as big. So you can get an idea of how vast the sensor is on the DSLR. And I think the DSLR, the sensor size is 22 by 18, I think. And then the sensor size on the QHY is 18 by 14. And the focal length on, well, the aperture on the Sigma lens, which is the one on the left, is 73, and the one on the right is 80. So you could tell that it's a bigger sensor and a smaller aperture, which means it's going to be a wider field of view, which is kind of cool. Now, that's a lot of information. I saw a 500mm mirror lens with 2 times for $99. Not bad. Nebula, I'm going to buy. Yeah, definitely. I mean, in my opinion, I would probably want to go with something like. You want to start with the mount first. Like I said, I think you said you had a really good mount. So then you would just go from there and build off of that, because it's all about foundation first. That's the biggest thing. So we're almost done. We got about 6 more percent. We're now 5 more percent. So we got about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night. I know it's sad, but I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow night, which is technically today, because it is today, because now it's Sunday. We started on Saturday, but now it's a new day. But I will be back tomorrow / today at 9:30. So we'll make it a date. 9:30 p.m. I'll be back here to do some image processing on this. Yeah, C-Gem, that's right. I do remember you telling me about that. And that's the way to do it. It's getting a smaller mount. Leave the big mount at home. Bring the smaller one out there to go to dark sky sites. That's your best bet. Alright, so this image is done. And then we will call it a night, because that's at 8:84, so that's got about 7 minutes left on the left, and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, the stars are really drifting now, so it's starting to get really bad now. So, I think we're going to, after this last image here on the left, we're going to call it a night. But we did get a lot of data today, which is super awesome. Super exciting. And processing these images are going to be sick, because I'm going to add ones that we got from like last week. Yeah, I think we're up to 140 minutes on each. So about 2 hours. And then I took, I think it was 2.5 last week. So I think we're gonna get close to the 5 hours. And we'll see what we get. And I did the processing video about a week or 2 ago, and that turned out extremely well. I was really impressed. And P&K Space Imaging was on. Oh, look at that. They streamed about an hour ago, and they were already done. Chris, you were on for a few minutes, it looks like. I saw that you were on. I know Bill from Skywatcher Gaming, he was on too. Is Bill still on or no? I think he's done. Am I the only one that's on? Nope, Bill's still on. Bill's still going.
I thought it was going to be
Yep, Bill is still on. Venus, it was great that you were on. There's a lot of streams going on. I'm listening to Bill's right now. Doing two things at once here. He's got 30 people watching his stream right now. I thought he was going to do something in the afternoon, I thought. Yeah, at 4 p.m. Central. That image is done. What's it gonna look like? It's probably gonna look like junk. Let's see. No. Just listening to Bill's stream, it's pretty funny. Bill's got 31 people watching his stream. Oh. They're having a little fun over there. No, you're on there too, yeah, I know. See if I can get... Probably killed two birds with one stone. I'm probably just gonna put his stream on. While I do mine. They were playing a game, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Cleveland? Wonder why it won't let me... Wonder why it won't let me play his stream. That's weird. I thought I'd be able to just play his stream on top of mine, but it looks like I can't do it, and I don't know why. Why can't I do it? Huh. That's weird. I don't know why I can't do it. I was hoping to put his stream on mine, but I guess I can't do it. That's dumb. What if I do this? Copy video URL. Button. Browser source. Yes. It still doesn't work. I don't understand why. Whoops. Darn it. It's so weird. I can't figure out why I can't put his stream on mine. Oh well. I thought I could. Apparently he's taken all my viewers. That's okay.
Reopened my chat window and it went all the way to the beginning. So, Bill, what do you think about that observatory?
I know, very bizarre.
Isn't it weird?
But it was weird if they came out and made a statement. It wasn't the aliens.
No.
Why?
No.
Why
I
even?
think-
Why even go there?
Well, here's the thing. From my inside sources, said that there was a person hired there in October of 2017 that was working with false documents, like false work visa, false permits, that kind of stuff. And the person was from China. And they noticed some suspicious stuff going on with the computer system there and all that other stuff.
Oh, that could be.
Which is why the head of that department called the FBI, or called, to let them know, because they're run under federal. That's why they didn't go to the sheriff. Because they're instructed. Most of these observatories are instructed to call federal agencies.
So you think they are in there wiping the place of possible bugs?
I think so. That would be my guess. That they're in there, they're inspecting the computer system, they're checking around the area to make sure there's no bugs anywhere.
So why the post office shutting down also?
In case they tried to ship something out. So if they got information, say, from this computer system that's linked to all the other computer systems, which is why all the...
Yeah, you too, Chris. There's really not much going on now. So, Bill's got me beaten, viewers. He's got 31. I got 4. But he's been doing it for a long time. Like Ron said, he's been doing it for a very long time. He plays games. I don't really have people to play games, so it's 1 a.m. Not much more really to do. I was hoping to call in for them, but I think they already have enough callers and enough everything. So I think I'm going to probably just pack up and just end the stream here. I was hoping to get a couple more images, but guiding is still running absolutely solid, so I really can't complain. But you have a great night, Chris. Thank you for stopping by. Things have definitely slowed down here on this channel tonight, but it's okay. We reached our quota, which is usually around 2.5 to 3 hours, and we got about 2.5 hours of images. So make sure you stop tomorrow, as we're gonna do an image processing party, and hopefully we might be able to get something else. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm always gonna keep my head up. I'm always going to. I'm thankful for everyone that has ever stopped in on the streams over the last couple of weeks, and I'm thankful for everybody that has come on and has built this community, as I'm here to help every single person. And that's right. So I'm going to end this stream because I don't think they're listening to me, and I don't think they're talking to me at all, as far as I know. Yeah, I don't think they're talking to me. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream because we're at 2 hours and 44 minutes. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're hitting the notifications button and that bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. I'll be back here tomorrow about 9:30. You might see me on Bill's stream because I want to pack up, get everything all done, so I might just pop in and just say hi to them. And that's about it. So thank you, and have a wonderful night, everybody. Good night. Bye.